Welcome to the Daily D, and today I'm making banana streusel muffins, and I'm going to show you how I make them. Now what I usually do is I will make up a batch of these, and then I will individually wrap them in plastic wrap and put them in the freezer. And then in the morning you can grab one out 15 minutes before breakfast, throw them in lunches, whatever, and they're ready to go, and it's perfect. So let's get going on the ingredients. We have 3 ripe bananas. I'm going to show you. This is how I like my bananas to look when I make banana bread. Nice and spotted. They get soft and all the banana flavor really comes out. We also have a 1/4 cup of canola oil. You don't have it, just substitute regular vegetable oil. A 1/4 cup of butter melted, and then I've just let it cool for a few minutes. 1/2 cup of sugar. 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 2 large eggs, try and make them at room temperature, a tablespoon of vanilla, 2 cups of flour, 1½ teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 cup of buttermilk. Now if you don't have buttermilk, take a measuring cup, put 1/4 cup of milk in it, and add a 1/2 teaspoon of vinegar to it. Mix it up and let it sit for 5 minutes. Voila, good enough for buttermilk. So let's get going. Now the first thing I'm going to do is put my mashed bananas, not mashed potatoes, the oil, and the egg, and the butter, sorry, not the eggs. I don't even know what I'm looking at. And I am just going to stir these up together to mix them well. Then I'm going to add both sugars and combine them. Next, I'm going to add the eggs, the vanilla, and the buttermilk. And mix that until it's very well combined. I might switch over and just use my whisk to make sure those eggs are really well combined. So I have my bowl of flour here, which is why I chose a larger bowl, just for the 2 cups of flour, because I'm going to be adding the baking powder, salt, and baking soda, and combining those really well. You just want to make sure all those leavening ingredients are well combined. And then we're just going to take our other bowl and just slowly add the dry ingredients to the wet and just keep on stirring. Now, you are not going to overmix this, okay? And the last bit, I just usually fold in. You can fold it all in if you want. I just get impatient. And this is just to combine it nicely. It's now time to make the streusel topping. So it is a cup of flour, a cup of brown sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and I just mix that up a bit. Combine it all. Once that's all combined, I put in my half a cup of cold butter. I tend to chop it up in pieces before I put it in, just to make it a little easier at the beginning rather than one big block. And you're just going to keep cutting this in until it forms kind of like pea-size granules. You can tell once it's streusel. We'll just keep going at it. This is just about ready now. As you can see, it's getting pea-sized, it's chunking up, and it's time to put our batter in our cupcake containers. I prefer to use a scoop with these because this scoop pretty well makes them perfect size for me. So this little scoop here, this OXO scoop, is worth its weight in gold. It's getting kind of messed up now. I need a new one, so I have these actually in 3 sizes. This one I usually use for cupcakes, sometimes cookies. The other one is cookies, and the other one is really small. I rarely use it, but they really do come in handy. Don't mess that one up there. Now we are going to take this streusel and cover the tops of each of the cupcakes with it. I forgot to mention, when you were cutting in the butter into this, if you don't have a pastry cutter, you can just use 2 knives. I've even used a fork when I couldn't find my pastry cutter. It's just to get it combined. Now this made 24 muffins, and as you can see, there is nothing left out of this. And I make sure, if Jesse can get in a little closer, the entire top has it on. It's not just a little bit. I make sure all of the batter is covered. And this is going to go in a preheated 425 degree oven for 8 minutes. And then you're not going to open the oven. You're just going to turn it down to 350, and you're going to bake it until for another 7 or 8 minutes, and just do the toothpick test when it comes out clean. So let's get these going. Okay, the banana streusel muffins are done. They are absolutely amazing. The streusel topping is out of this world. It's nice and crunchy. What I do recommend, though, if you want them even better, is to put a cup of chocolate chips in, preferably small ones like mini chocolate chips or little ones. That makes them over the top. So thank you very much for joining us. Give this recipe a try and let us know in the comments how you liked it. If you have an idea of recipes you want me to cover, just let me know. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out our recipes playlist for all of our recipes.